Hey guys, welcome to Bonehead Truckers. We're going to talk about this wreck from last Mother's Day. If you guys remember, we had this driver, this Haitian driver, hauling an Amazon. This is not over, folks, and we're going to talk about new findings on what's going on. And obviously, I'm going to give you my opinions on what should have been done and what we can do in the future. First, I want to tell you guys about RTS Carrier Services. Guys, if you're an owner-operator, you are looking to get into, say your own authority, need a factoring company, or you're looking to change your factoring company, or if you need fuel discounts and all that. RTS Carrier Services, I have a link in the pinned comment of this video. Okay, sign up. It'll ask you for your name and all that. We'll have a representative call you and or email you, whichever you prefer, and talk about all the benefits to have there. Again, fuel discounts, same day funding for factoring. They have all sorts of stuff. And by the way, they have their own load board, private load board, stuff that you're not going to see on Truck Stop or any of the other ones. They have their own. So RTS Carrier Services, again, pinned comment, click that link. Let's talk about this company right here. So this is out of Chattanooga. If you guys remember, we had this Haitian guy come down here hauling an Amazon trailer and just ran over a bunch of people. It's a sad situation. Let's watch it.
One crash, 3 people killed, and at least 7 rushed to the hospital.
It has catastrophic impacts.
But this crash near the Georgia-Tennessee line isn't even counted in the 22 Amazon cargo crashes we found in court records involving interstate licensed drivers since 2023.
Now, that's just 2023. It goes back even further, and we had this wreck down in Austin, Texas, that killed 5 people. Same situation, hauling an Amazon trailer.
This isn't about the person delivering that package to your door. This is about the middle mile, that stretch between warehouses.
What we've learned once we've started digging is...
Attorney Adewale Odetunde says Amazon created a special app to hire drivers directly.
That app is called Amazon Relay. It's Amazon Relay, and you see them advertising. They go to all the truck shows, and they had this big old thing advertising for this.
Tapping into small companies that are often just one guy with a rig.
This is a warning citation. It's trying to maintain lane, okay?
The danger and the concern is that Amazon isn't truly vetting these drivers.
Amazon would strongly dispute that claim, but comparing our analysis of lawsuits to this University of Tennessee professor's review of U.S. DOT safety records, the trend remains the same.
Amazon, if you compare to their peers, is generally hiring less safe carriers.
Alex Scott analyzed 11,000 carriers that reported hauling at least one shipment for Amazon, Costco, Target, and Walmart. He says Amazon hired significantly more carriers with no safety score or an unsafe driving score than the competition.
But that's because it keeps the rates down. That's the reason why when you go get your package or whatever, and you get Amazon Prime and all that, a lot of this factors in. This is the reason why they're so huge, is because this is where they cut the cost, and this is costing people's lives.
It's not fair that she has to live her life like this.
3-year-old Venari spent 2 months in the hospital after her grandmother says a tractor trailer carrying Amazon cargo hit the back of her mom's car.
She has a traumatic brain injury. She is paralyzed from up under her chest down.
The lawsuit filed on behalf of Venari alleges that a policy violation led Amazon to block UGardi Trucking from picking up loads. But at the time of this crash, the owner of that company was driving a load for Gonzalez Freight in his UGardi truck.
They'll close that company down, open up a brand new company, and now they've got a clean safety rating.
But that is illegal. And that's exactly what these small little companies that we've been talking about, we've been posting their little address on Google Earth and all that. We've been showing where these companies are actually located at, some apartment building, okay?
But Amazon says this was actually a case of illegal subcontracting.
Or double brokering.
It is the U.S. DOT that is responsible for inspecting trucks and qualifying drivers. 11 Live News Investigates found there is often no data for companies like Amazon to review. Of the companies still licensed,
there's tools out there, and you can't tell me that Amazon don't use those tools. You have like Freight Validate out there. Yeah, you have all these other ones that there's tools. There's no excuse for Amazon to sit there and not vet these carriers.
After the crashes that triggered lawsuits in Georgia, 64% have no rating or safety inspection score.
I think it's a situation where the U.S. DOT is just overwhelmed with the sheer number of motor carriers that there are.
Still, Odutunde and families impacted say there are things companies can do independently to better vet who is hauling their cargo.
I think they see it as the cost of doing business.
So let me just say this, to be totally fair with Amazon, over the last month or so, they have been putting out statements saying that they're starting to change their ways a little bit. But obviously we're going to give Amazon a lot of heat. And all these allegations that I'm saying is all my opinions and all that. But I also want to state this. This driver that ran over these people, and this young girl is going to suffer for the rest of her life. This driver was pushing it on his hours of service, allegedly was running over his logbook. Didn't even keep a logbook. I'm guessing he was logged out, or maybe he was running on a personal conveyance. Don't know for, when I was told that information, they didn't go into description, into detail. So, it is what it is. But how many scale houses do these guys pass by? We need DOT officers at these weigh stations to go and sit there and say, you know what? This carrier right here, because of this truck and all that, we need to look at him. Listen, these guys I'm talking about DOT officers, are going to go, they are more worried about a tire pressure, okay, than they're worried about the logbook. Why? Because it's easy. They have all these sensors. They'll write an hour out of service for a tire pressure issue before they will logbook. Okay? And when are we going to get these DOT officers off their ass to actually do real inspection? Go to a driver's ELD, okay? Go through his ELD and put it up against his bill of lading, okay? And we'll see what we got. Most of the time, these drivers are running team loads and they're solo. They're being told to say, hey, if you get asked by a broker, if you get asked by a shipper that this is your teammate's name, they'll give him a fake name, because that's what they'll write down on a logbook, okay, on the ELD when it goes looks at an ELD. But okay, it shows a driver on the ELD, but that who's going to show that officer that DOT is, or that ELD? Like, that officer was like, well, where's your teammate? There's no one in your sleeper. This is a solo run. That's what I'm sitting here saying. DOT officers need to do their stinking job. This would create so much. And now you got California out there going out there and sitting there saying, oh, we're going to do our own things and we're not going to enforce the English efficiency. Because it hurts our little feelings out here in California, and we don't have enough room to put people out of service. Yeah, you do. Have you seen those scale houses? They're huge, freaking 100 acres. Okay, maybe not 100 acres, but it's they're huge. Listen, it's just an excuse to not do their job. DOT, and I'm talking about. Listen, the individual DOT officers, are they doing what their bosses tell them to do? Yes or no? That's a question. I don't know. I don't have an inside to these DOT officers. It starts with management, all right, from the state. The state government trickles all the way down to, to enforcement. It starts. And it starts up there, and it's got to trickle down, and you got to freaking do something. I'm sick and tired of sitting there having to cover this crap because DOT officers aren't doing their freaking job. The freaking truck drivers, yeah, you know, when are you guys going to say no? You know, okay, Amazon is starting to budge on trying to have better big business practice. They're starting to, okay, because they got a lot of heat. But does it take how many bad wrecks that Amazon is involved in for them to do something about it? How many does it take? Brokers, what are you guys going to do? You guys would love to sit there and see all these cheap immigrants coming over here, driving trucks and hauling your loads for cheap. You brokers are just as bad, in my opinion, than anything else. This is because you're not doing your part to vet. Okay? Don't sit there and be yelling, oh, we're talking about it on LinkedIn. No one's watching you on LinkedIn. Get out there and do something. Show some numbers. Sit there and say, okay, this is what we're doing different. Do it. Anyway, this is off of Channel 11 out of Chattanooga. Appreciate them doing this and putting a spotlight on this because we ain't forgot about this. DOT officers, DOT, FMCSA, truck drivers, brokers, carriers. Let's have some integrity and do the right thing. Okay? Let's do the right thing. The integrity is doing the right thing even when no one's looking. Okay? You don't even, I don't get credit for. You don't need credit for it. Just do it. Anyways, Bonehead Truckers, we gone.